Before we continue with the rest of the video, we could use your help. Click that like button to help spread the word about watchJojo, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. In 1981, an air rescuer saw this girl almost die in a car crash. Then, 36 years on, this happens. When paramedic Denny Welsh was flying a helicopter above Tucson, Arizona, he witnessed a terrible accident happening below. Little did he know, though, that this was just the start of an incredible story which would span 3 generations. Fast forward more than 3 decades and the toddler Welsh rescued lays eyes on the paramedic for their first time since their heart-rending first encounter. But as they embrace with tears in their eyes, there's another miracle that's about to be revealed. In 1981, Welsh was working as a paramedic in southern Arizona, and one fateful day he was flying in an air rescue helicopter over State Route 86 near Ryan Airfield, a few miles southwest of Tucson. From the air, Welsh spotted an awful tragedy unfolding below. An SUV traveling down the highway had flipped onto its roof. Worse still, as he watched in horror, the paramedic saw something fly from the vehicle's windshield. Desperate to help in any way he could, then he asked the pilot to land nearby. Grabbing his medical bag, Welsh climbed from the helicopter and made for the crash scene. And as he approached, the awful reality of the situation began to dawn. What was the flying object Welsh had seen? It was a car seat. He recalled to local TV station KVOA. "I said, 'Dear God, please don't let there be a baby in the car seat.'" But the paramedic's prayers went unanswered. Strapped into the seat was 18-month-old Misty Hurd, and after landing, she was no longer breathing. Hurd had been traveling in the vehicle with her mom Cindy and her older brother Sean when the accident happened. Incredibly, the latter two both escaped relatively unscathed. Cindy recalled the moment that Sean was miraculously saved from further harm. "He flew out the side window into the trees," she told KVOA. "He broke his fall. He said he felt like Superman." Hurd, however, wasn't so lucky. By the time Welsh arrived on the scene, she was fighting for survival. Indeed, despite there apparently being some life in her eyes, the little girl, according to Cindy, died right after Welsh appeared. But the paramedic, who had a young daughter the same age as Hurd, wasn't ready to give up on the little girl just yet. Moreover, using his medical training, he somehow managed to get her breathing again. The next professional to arrive on the scene was Terry Johnson, an officer for the Arizona Department of Public Safety. Johnson recalled seeing the family spread out across the road. The emergency services planned to take Cindy and Sean to hospital in an ambulance, but Welsh had other ideas. "I can still remember Denny saying, 'No, this mama is going with her babies,'" Cindy told the TV station. It made more sense for the family to travel in the helicopter Welsh had been traveling in. Sadly, however, Hurd's condition deteriorated once they were airborne, which meant the paramedic had to revive her yet again. Amazingly, and against the odds, Hurd survived the ordeal. And not only that, but she grew into a healthy young woman. Tragically, though, she'd sustained serious pelvic injuries that would, doctors believed, prevent her from having children in later life. Welsh and Johnson would remember the incident for the rest of their lives. "It was just a miracle that we happened to be there at the right place at the right time," the former said to KVOA. More than 35 years after Welsh had worked his magic, Hurd, after all this time, was finally able to express her thanks to the stranger who saved her life. In an emotional reunion captured by KVOA, the pair embraced and exchanged flowers. "You're so beautiful," Welsh said to Hurd. "It's so good to see you alive." Misty, meanwhile, was full of thanks for Welsh and Johnson. Without their intervention, she wouldn't be alive today. The trio's reunion was all the more remarkable thanks to a surprise that Hurd had in store for the two men. Despite doctors' claims that she'd never be able to have kids, she was now, incredibly, the proud mother to a son. "You weren't alive when I pulled you over," Welsh emotionally recalled in front of KVOA's cameras. "You were on your way out, kiddo, but you made it by the grace of God. Here you are with a son." Please don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive everything that's new.